Hey loves, how's it going? It's Anne. Welcome to my channel. I want to go over 10 tips for the journaling beginner. I noticed that a lot in my journaling videos that so many people want to try journaling, but they think that they need to achieve a certain level of skill in order to start journaling, or you have to be at a professional level. That is not the case at all. There are so many amazing artworks out there, so many amazing journalers that really turn their journals into a creative masterpiece. And it can get super intimidating. To be honest with you, when I started, I didn't do it for a while just because I felt like I wasn't good enough. And the more I thought about it, I thought it was just really silly because journaling should be a personal, just a personal thing, you know, a personal development. And when it comes to development, you start from somewhere and you watch yourself evolve. So with that being said, I want to get into number one. And number one is to be able to accept that you are going to mess up. And so if you want to begin to be a journaler, you need to accept the fact that you're going to mess up. Your handwriting is not going to be on a straight line. You're going to need to cross out certain things, wipe it out, or just leave it as is. And I think that's all the best part about journaling is that you go back and you look at your mistake and you see how much you change and how much you evolve. It's better to start somewhere than nowhere at all. So be okay with messing up. So number two is to feel excited about organizing, setting goals. You don't necessarily have to have an end goal just yet. I mean, it's normal to not have it all figured out. You know how when you were in grade school, people are always like, what do you want to be when you grow up? Like as if you should know already, and as if whatever you set for yourself is going to be your end goal for the rest of your life. That's not the case. That's like an old way of thinking. That's an old mindset to just to live and base upon. Yeah, our lives are always changing. We're always evolving, perspective change. And so it's normal. It's okay to always change your goals and, to always look for something that you resonate with. So it's okay not to have anything at the moment, but it's good to feel excited about wanting to and feeling excited, looking forward to being there, because that is a great start. And when you start that way, that's when other things flow into your life. So with that right mentality, with that excitement, you're ready for it. You're setting your life to be ready for goals and, big new possibilities, ideas. So with that, things will flow into your life and it would be more harmonious. So instead of starting somewhere stuck, you're starting somewhere excited and hopeful, Number three, let go of judgment, especially on yourself. We are always our worst critic. I know that I'm my worst critic, and you're never going to be exactly where you want to be. The result is not going to be how you imagine it, because our perspective change all the time. So let go of judging yourself, because you are the only person that's going to look at your journal, write in your journal, unless you share it to the world like I am. But I was able to let go of judgment. And there are some things I'm not completely happy with some of my spread. I'm just oh, that kind of looks weird. I'm just gonna put it out there anyways. I'm able to just let go, and it feels so much more freeing. It's like a big old weight, a big old bag of rice off of my shoulders. So this is not going to happen overnight. None of these, being okay with messing up and feeling okay with getting excited about setting goals and all that kind of stuff, and then judging yourself, letting go of judgment, that is not going to go away all in one night. This is a work in progress, and journaling is a great way to start this kind of mentality. You are training yourself, you are rewiring your brain, the neuroplasticity in your mind. So it's a great way for you to start and just rewire yourself to a new updated version of you. Speaking of that, number 4 is being able to be vulnerable in your journal. So journaling is a very personal process, and I highly recommend for you to exercise vulnerability. It is such a powerful exercise. I know that when I allow myself to be vulnerable, allow myself to share all my insecurities, all my worries, everything in my journal to people, I was able to become more confident. It's like taking that extra step in just finding your strength and becoming more confident, because you put it out there and you're like, there, that is who I am. I'm not perfect. I'm accepting myself for where I am in my life, and that's just me. Take it or leave it. And from there, you just like whoosh, like this whole new gush of confidence just come in you, and it makes you feel more strong. So practice vulnerability, and a great way, a great place to start practicing vulnerability is in your journal. Number 5, experiment with, why did I do 10? Number 5, experiment with different journals. You are not going to have one favorite journal. Maybe you will, but I know that I have 2 main journals. I have a few journals, but I have 2 main journals that I use. I have a smaller one that I put in my bag with me, and I carry it everywhere I go. So whenever like an idea, a new inspiration just pops up in my mind, or when I'm reading something and I want to take notes, I just like jot it all down, do a whole mind spill on there, and then later in the day or some other day, I would take my time to go through all the messy notes, and I would organize it in my Creative Minds journal, which is coming out December. Yeah, so you want to experiment with different journals. You might want to try different brands, different sizes, different paper quality, and you're gonna find something that you personally like, something that will resonate with you, and hopefully it will be the Creative Minds journal soon. Just putting it out there. But it's okay to have more than one, you don't have to have one like, oh my God, perfect journal. Okay, so number 6, speaking of journals, you're going to need a few good pens. I personally love gel pens, but you may love other kind of pens, and you want to feel excited while you're writing, like, oh my God, this feels so good writing. So I notice when I have a good pen, I'm just like, I love writing, because like my writing just looks so much better on paper, and just the flow, the feel of holding a pen onto the paper, and just the process of like all the idea whooshing through your head and like coming out through your arms and into the pen and onto paper is just like an amazing magical feeling. So you want to have that feeling of excitement when you're writing, and you want to get excited to write and to doodle and to jot things down in your journal. So find yourself a few good pens. My favorite pen right now is the Tulle, I think that's how you say it, Tulle pens. They're like the gel ink pens, and I'm trying to find a really good refillable pens because I don't want to keep buying and disposing pens. They're plastic and they're bad for the environment. So hopefully I'll find a really good pen that I can reuse and just switch out the ink. So if you have any good recommendation for me, put it in the comment section below this video. Number 7 is mix your pages with different layouts. So basically play around with different layouts. So if you have like a blank journal, try different layouts. I share different layouts all the time in my monthly video, so you could look there for inspiration, or you could go on Pinterest, you could go on Instagram. There's so many different layouts out there for you to use. You could free flow it. I love to free flow, and then I like to make a list, create a list. Those are some basic ones. Categorize things, and then you'll find your style eventually. You'll find things that you like, different styles that you like using. Like for me, for instance, I like to plan by the week. That's what I learned about myself, instead of planning by the day, which looks really overwhelming in my journal, like a bunch of like notes and all that kind of stuff. I like to just narrow down like all the important stuff on a weekly planner. Number 8, play around with different mediums, like different markers, different pens, different color pencils, paints. I played around with a whole bunch of different mediums, and what I like is watercolor. And the way I use my watercolor is completely different than how you use watercolor on watercolor paper. So I have to do a lot of improvising and just experimental work. So throughout my whole process of journaling, you know, doing my journal series for you all, I learned a lot about how to use watercolor on journaling paper. Find the medium that you like, and then you may want to stick around with it, or you may want to mix it up. Whatever works for you will work for you. Number 9 is to have an essential beginner's kit, and I'm gonna go over what I like to use. So for my beginner's kit, I have like 1 or 2 journals. That's what I recommend for you to start off with first. It doesn't have to be the journal. Just have any journal for you to start experimenting on. Have a few mechanical pencils. I love mechanical pencils, but of course you can use like different kind of pencils. A ruler, an eraser, and you want some pens. I like gel ink pens. And then the medium of your choice, or you could play around with different markers, color pencils. I bought a whole bunch of those just to play around with, and I ended up just using my watercolor palette the most, which, by the way, a lot of you guys asked me what color palette I have been using. It's something that I've been testing out for my journal, because my journal is gonna come with a palette. Yeah, I've just been testing it out just to make sure that the quality is good and ready for people to use. So number 10 is just to find your inspiration online, anywhere you go. If you don't know where to start, like you're like, oh my God, I'm not creative, I can't journal, but I really want to. I mean, that, you know, wanting to is a really good reason why you should start, but because you don't know what to do, that's not a good reason to not start. So find inspiration online. There's so many inspirations out there that you can find on Pinterest, Instagram, and these are healthy ways on how to use social media, is to find inspiration. So, you know, go through hashtag a bullet journal, layouts, you know, setups and all that kind of stuff, and you'll find like a wide array of like different layouts, setups that you can use. And it's always good to start with an inspiration, and then from there, then you start to develop your own personal skill. So these are all basic, you know, simple tips for the journaling beginner, and this will definitely help you, you know, start with that right mindset, the right intention, and then you just ease your way into journaling by experimenting with different materials, different journals, different mediums, and then slowly, once you do that, you just like take inspiration from different sources. From there, you will start to develop your own personal skill, and you would just bloom into a beautiful butterfly with your own artwork, and you'll become a journaler or whatever. Well, you are already a journaler, okay? So you just become a newer version of yourself, a newer, improved version of yourself, because journaling is all about jotting down your evolution and seeing how much you change and being proud of it. So with that being said, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Make sure to like it, share it, and other than that, I will see you soon. Love you. Mwah. Ciao. Express and create. Starting with a little recap of November's theme, I